anything you need to offload, Train Authority is always by. Kiosk right here for you. Hey, what can I do for you? I'm sure you can find something you like.
Is a peaceful ship. Don't change that. We've got strict rules around here. They're strict.
Appreciate a good engineer, whether they know it or not. What grab drive? Just joking with you. The Paradiso engineers filled me in. Okay, let's see what we need to do. All right. This will be fun. And hopefully there will be no explosions in the process. I have just received word that the drive is here. Ready to get to work? Great, great, great! There are 3 preparations I need you to help me make while I set things up on my end. First thing I need you to do is reroute the power from the port turbo pump to the auxiliary cryogenic radiator. Then, turn the plasma runoff inhibitor function to 5%. Last, you'll need to decouple the magnetic flange pipe enclosures from the auxiliary module assembly. Got it? Let's hop to it!
I wonder what it's like out there beyond our little community. I've spent my entire life in the constant. I'm not sure how else to live.
Hi.
If the other colonists knew how many... Keeping a 200-year-old ship running... something wrong? Let's get to it then. Good luck out there. Keeping a 200-year-old ship running. Easy task. Looks
These
like
are
everything is
exciting
good to
times.
go. Both your end and mine.
Just stay out of trouble.
Just because our equipment's old.
No matter the outcome, I won't let my crew down. Well, well, it would appear we have the means to go nearly anywhere now, thanks to you. The engineers even upgraded our communications equipment so we can speak with passing ships. Turns out it was a pretty easy fix. Thank you again for all you've done. Without you, we'd most likely be stuck. But you went above and beyond. I'll make sure people tell tales of your generosity for as long as our society lives. I don't know if we can ever fully repay you. Thank you again.
We were never trained to address threats coming from outsiders.
I am both shocked. I have things I wish to discuss with you. When you have time. I have been curious. I know that your role in Constellation was thrust upon you in an unusual way. But that experience does not demand that you stay. You could have delivered the artifact and then left. Why do you stay? It does seem to be a unique situation with serious consequences. That is what keeps me here as well. My past is complicated. And anyone in Constellation will tell you I do not speak much of it. But my family always stressed the importance of having a purpose in life. You must have a reason for being. This group of people, who by rights would never associate with one another, has come together for a common cause. That is impressive on its own, before considering the magnitude of the work they have undertaken. The possibilities it holds. Yes, that is one way of putting it. I am often surprised at how reluctant some are to agree with the idea. They sometimes seem offended I would suggest such a thing. When I first came to New Atlantis, I was shocked at how many people go about their business every day like drones. They do their jobs, eat their food, sleep in their beds, all seemingly without concern for anything around them. Complacent. Their experience is so different from much of the settled systems. They do not know how good they have it. Yes, they were. I did not grow up amidst such luxury. Purpose cuts through adversity. I know that all too well. And these people seem to have no idea. I have. There have been times where I wondered whether it was worth it. My family is unique within the settled systems. I grew up outside the bounds of the United Colonies, or the Freestar Collective. My parents, and their parents before them, did not believe anyone outside our family could be trusted or relied upon. You can imagine, I am sure, how existence without ties to others is challenging in space. It has certainly proven valuable. Saved me. A few times, without question. For now, though, it would seem you and I have found purpose in Constellation. I believe that is enough. I am pleased that we have common cause, and have enjoyed our time together. Thank you.
Our people never expected to meet with other colonies, so forgive them if they are distasteful.
Now that we know there are other people out there, we need to be more prepared for them. Trouble than ever.
Any adventure you can fly away from. Is that how the saying goes? I'm here for you, my love.
Welcome to the Cydonia Trade Authority. Take your time. Cool. That's what we... Yo, stay good out there.
Institutions have endured as well or as long as this land.
Be careful down near the mine.
New to Cydonia?
Hope everything went well. So, what's the news? So what happened? Who took it? It was stolen? Oh, jeez. I guess it really was too good to be true when I bought it. Anyway, I'm super glad you found my ship and saved Eric. It's more than I could have hoped. I'm glad I asked you instead of relying on Sistef. I never would have seen the Berry Mule again if I did that. You've done me a real solid here. There's really nothing I can do to fully repay you for what you did. Here's what I can afford to pay you. And on top of that, I'll see what I can do to lower the price of anything you want to buy from me. Thanks again. Someday, I'm gonna take... My stock may be low, but my prices are... Yeah, bye.
Keep your eyes peeled for signs of Terramorph activity.
I can understand wanting to honor or even celebrate history, but this may take it too far.
Did you know the museum here is full
Hello
of
there.
artifacts?
Welcome to the new Homestead Chunks. We've got all your Chunks' favorites. Well, oh, sadly, we're out of the special sauce. I know. So, what can I do for you? Sure. If I'm completely honest, it is. The people are always saying how this Chunks can't compare to the real deal. And I just know it's because we never had that mouth-watering sauce. I've been in contact with some of the other restaurants out there, and they'll give me some, but they say they can't afford... Wait, for real? Oh, yeah, right. I actually just got a message back from another Chunks before you got here, and they got a case ready to go. Just tell them you're there to pick it up for me, and it should be...
It's one thing to learn about... really
New Homestead's quite the learning experience. Bring your kids.
Enjoy your visit here.
I'm always looking to trade. That's a nice outfit you got. I could probably... Glad you asked. I'm looking for all sorts of things. Anything. We don't get a lot of off-world stock, so I offer... Between you and me, people around here talk... Take care. If you're looking to trade, I'm happy to... Sure thing. Come back anytime.
Word of advice.
Do you want to know what life was like for the early colonists? Excellent! You won't regret it. My tours are one of a kind. Now, there's just the matter of price. The going rate for a genuine StarSap tour is only 100 credits. Great! Let's get this show on the road, eh? All right, so this is New Homestead's main concourse. This underground area didn't exist when the original outpost, Titan Astrobase, was finished in 2130. Follow me. We'll come back here by the end of the tour and talk about the museum collection. But first, let's go see where people live. Now remember, these people aren't actors. They actually live here, so try to be respectful of that. While the original inhabitants of the Titan Astrobase lived in pods like you saw up above, they transitioned down here when this section of the base was finished in 2144. Space is extremely limited, so you'll notice some overflow here. But more residences also exist on lower levels, which are inaccessible to tours. I'll stop at each of our destinations if you want to look around, or if you have any questions for me.
Do you have a spaceship? I want to get a spaceship when I'm older. They're so cool.
Come on. There are worlds to conquer.
Do you need medical assistance? Great! Another tourist. Let me guess. You slipped on the ice and need a doctor to wrap your sprained ankle? I appreciate that you're trying to set me at ease, but that might as well... Sorry for how I responded. It's not you, it's me. Anyway, what can I do for you? Even though we don't have shiny new medical, we have fewer people here. And we're very responsible when it comes to our... For anything else, we can get access to off-world specialists. I don't. They make a... And on top of it, they're reckless. Actually, maybe there is. I have an idea that may be best suited for someone relatively unknown. So I bought a realistic monster costume. The plan was to wear it. I figure that once word gets around... That's the spirit. To be honest, I'm not sure it'll work either. Here's the costume. I think this will work best on the surface, so just find a group and run up to them. With any luck, they'll run, scream...
Off-worlders always ask how I can live here. I wonder how they can live anywhere else.
Have any questions so far? Sadly, it's difficult to get additional construction done. So for now, additional populations are housed in these stacks of old shipping crates. It's not glamorous. Need some more time to think about it? Alrighty. We'll be taking the residential elevator to the farms area on the surface level. This way, please. Let's leave these good people alone for now and go check out the farms. Follow me up the elevator.
Hello.
New Homestead's farms are the beating heart of the colony. Without them, the original outpost would have shriveled and died. These pods are sealed and climate controlled, a perfect environment for growing the hydroponic vegetation needed for survival in the early days of the colony. Any questions about the farms? Oh, they are indeed. Colonists still cultivate. It's less vital to their survival these days.
Dear.
However, most citizens... I'll be here if you need anything.
Ah, someone new. Are you a tourist or... Well, there's lots to learn. I'm fascinated by the other worlds in the settled... Oh, wonderful. What's New Atlantis like? Oh my, that sounds incredible. We hear about it, of course, but we rarely... I wonder if I can convince Nathaniel to... Do you mind if I ask you another question? Thanks, I promise. Is the Freestar Collective as lawless as I've heard? I figured the stories weren't all true. How else would you expect? Even in a small community like... Though, I understand it gets difficult to always protect... Is it okay if I change the subject? Oh, thank you. Are there really planets full of plants? I've read about them. I've only ever known Titan. I've always dreamed of visiting one to breathe the air, feel the warmth of its sun, but... Can I ask you something else? Thanks. I promise. Is space travel as... Well, you've convinced me that I simply must go Most of us here have never left the surface of New Homestead. Those are all the questions I have at the moment. Thank you so much.
We take vandalism seriously here. You don't mess with...
I overheard you speaking to my wife, Mara, filling her head with ideas about picking up and leaving. You got anything to say for yourself? Listen here. Mara's free to make her own decisions. I'm not here to control her if that's what you're insinuating. But that doesn't mean I take kindly to other people manipulating her and telling her the other... We live a simple traditional life here, and it's important to... Traditions like the way we tend this farm. Strong family tie. We do it all with the bare minimum technologies to survive. Everything else is... People rely on technology too much. We need to remember how to perform the basics to survive. We need to remember where we came from. Earth, this system, lest we forget and repeat the same mistake. We're one of the last colonies charged with that. We're going to have to agree to disagree then. I only ask that you...
Well, we used to get more tourists than we do these days.
Any questions about the farms? Onward it is! We'll be stopping by the Brown Horse Tavern. But for now, it's just a short... So, the old biolabs are just on the other side of this building, believe it or not. We'll step on through the hallway there. They're not in use anymore, but the colony has faithfully recreated them as a historical exhibit, true to the original purpose of the Titan Astrobase. Sadly, they're undergoing some light renovation. Otherwise, there'd be interactive activities for kids to learn about how they used to search for microbial life here.
If you need medical attention, see Dr. Lakota. But a word of warning, she really doesn't care for tourists.
Pardon the dust, but I can still answer. Hey, thanks for stopping by. Pardon the dust, but you got it, Antoine. Next, we'll be heading outside, so make sure to check those seals on your suit because it's a bit chilly out there. We're going out into the frozen wastes of Titan to see what powers this planet. Watch your step outside, by the way. The ice can be slippery if you're not careful. The goal is to keep people out of Dr. Lakota's infirmary. Anyway, where were we? Oh, yes. Powering New Homestead. As you might imagine, generating energy was a real challenge back in the day because the technology was much more crude then. But crude or not, it was that technology that sustained the old Astro base. And it might surprise you to learn that the same technology is still working today. The interesting thing about this old colony is that it's mostly powered by clean, renewable energy. You'll see one of the methods used on the horizon up ahead. That's right, New Homestead's famous wind farms. This spot was chosen for the colony in part because of its constant winds. These turbines have been integral to the colony's function since its establishment as a cheap, mostly reliable source of electricity. let's talk about wind power, shall we? Mostly. I'm sure you've noticed the occasional brown. There's some methane on reserve for critical. Absolutely. So, let's talk. You're the boss. Let's go. Moving right along, we're going to learn about Titan's great natural resources. Titan is rich with hydrocarbons like methane and ethane. Surely you saw huge pools of this stuff on your descent into New Homestead. I like to think they add to the natural beauty of this world. Of course, stay away from them because, like anything beautiful, they can be dangerous. Just like my last ex-wife's pet. She had this gorgeous, I don't know what you'd call it, creature. The guy that sold it to her couldn't tell her what it was or where it was from. I don't think it was even a legal sell, to be honest. The thing was very easy on the eyes. Feathers, all the colors of the rainbow. Nasty bite, though. Wound up in the hospital. Almost lost my hand. Still not enough for her to get rid of the dang thing. Anyway, there's a reason she's my ex-wife. But enough about me. We were talking about methane and other resources, right? Hey, can you believe it? Back in the 20th century on Earth, they used to fight wars over natural resources like this and petroleum. They had this whole moon here, basically made of hydrocarbons in their own backyard. They just couldn't get to it. Incredible how far we've come. New Homestead is home to one of the oldest and largest methane processing plants in the settled systems. Every year, you see engineers go through a painstaking, month-long maintenance process. That's how this place has remained operational as long as it has. I'm not going to take you too close to the machinery, liability and all, but I can still answer questions. Questions? Fire away! Exports mostly, since this world is so methane rich and has the infrastructure for it, a lot of the UC's methane comes from Titan. Of course, new homesteaders use it themselves for everything from generating heat to turning it into breathable oxygen by a modern science. No one's ever asked me that before. Something to do with methane-eating microbes, I believe? I honestly don't know. Sorry. It's not as if they shut down for a month. It's not shut down at all, actually. See, this place is built with redundant systems, so they can shut it down piece by piece and suffer only a reduction in throughput. During that time, the UC gets more of its resources from other places, allowing New Homestead to maintain what it needs. Okie dokie, Artichoke. There will be time for more later anyway. So, this next stop is a bit of an interesting one. I only recently made it part of the tour. Fun fact, it's also the only natural landmark on the tour. What we're about to see is a glacial spire we affectionately call Ymir's Horn. This coalness used to be named after a character in a popular fantasy novel, but it was changed a couple hundred years ago to avoid any potential litigation. Now, what's a coalness, you might say? Coalness derives from the Latin word hill, and scientists only gave names to groups of hills on a planet's surface. So in reality, the term you hear more often is the plural, coalesce, with an E. You probably don't hear it very often where you're from, because it was usually a term reserved for unexplored planets back when they didn't have the technology to describe what they were seeing firsthand. Because of that, the term is much more common in the solar system, but they still hear it occasionally in reference to uncharted worlds. This planet's full of them, though, and they'd like to preserve that history here. So here it is, Ymir's Horn. You're free to take a closer look if you like. Just be careful! It can get... So here... Excellent! On to the next stop then! So, we're gonna head back inside, through the methane processing plant. Try not to touch anything on your way. We want to make sure to respect Dr. Lakota's wishes to be another point. You'll notice people around here have last names related to where their families originated from on Earth, as a way to remember the past. The museum curator, Maurice Lyon, has more information about that if you're interested. Find him inside the main concourse. He loves talking about it. You'll find most of the locals here are very friendly tourists like yourself. Tourism is a major draw to this colony these days, and I respect that. Most of them are happy to talk at length about what they do here. Their rugged lifestyle is a point of pride for a lot of these folks.
It's a little weird that people
This
come here
area
to
we're
see what
walking through
early
is the
colony
nerve
life was
center
like.
of the plant, where
To me,
technicians
it's
keep
just
an eye on the operation. Since methane production is such an important part of the colony's livelihood, it's important that the techs notice any issues and react to them quickly. Anyway, we're headed into the ice mines. It's a natural spring where water bubbles up from deep below, but due to the cold, it keeps freezing as it reaches the surface. You're welcome to keep your suit on if you'd like. As you might expect from a place called the ice mines, it can get a little chilly. It takes miners working daily to clear the ice, melt it down, and keep the water flowing.
Be careful around here. Tourists often get into trouble.
I find myself suddenly very grateful
Other
for our
tourists come to
accommodations
learn about
in the
the
lodge.
ice mines, huh? It's dangerous in the ice mines. I'd much rather answer your questions than have you going off to explore on your own. For drinking water, and we use some of it to produce this air you're breathing. We recycle a lot of what we use, but we still need a nice, steady supply of fresh water. Lucky for us, Titan provides. For one, New Homestead is not a wealthy colony. But we also pride ourselves on doing things the old ways. It's part of the living history, they say. We don't mind. We work hard here. It's very rewarding. I've surprised I still get this question. It's slippery, it's sharp, it can break, it can cave in. Those are just the obvious examples. Titan is also full of methane, which can sometimes be trapped under the ice. As you know, methane can explode under the right conditions. It can also asphyxiate you if you breathe in too much of it. So you can relate. It's good to talk with someone who understands the challenges of the job. Not everyone does. If I might ask, what do you mind? Ah, I see. I can respect that. We used to do more traditional mining like that here, but it made much more sense to do it off-world, since it takes a lot more effort for less gain. We mostly export methane and other natural gases instead. Anyway, I'm sure we could swap mining stories all day, but I really should be getting back to what I was doing soon. Bye.
What else can I tell? Good question. I believe it has something to do with not wanting to contaminate the water with methane and other chemicals. The ice helps prevent impurities in the water. At least this is what I've been told. Sounds good. Let's keep going then. We have just one more stop before we're done with the tour, and it just happens to be my favorite. This colony is home to the longest-running establishment still in existence, the Brown Horse Tavern. The Brown Horse started as a simple mess hall for the scientists and workers when the underground was built, but it's been operated by the same family ever since. Now, what's a horse, you might say? They were a large four-legged animal on Earth, often used for transportation or manual labor. Long before space travel was even a dream for the folks of Earth, even before antique machines like automobiles were possible, horses could be found everywhere. You might have seen them in old movies or read about them somewhere. If not, I highly recommend looking into them sometime. They're beautiful animals. The tavern's original owner was infatuated with them, from what I understand, and named the place in their honor. The moniker, Brown Horse Tavern, is also a throwback to names of similar Earth restaurants hundreds of years before it was established.
Turbines freezing up again.
Well, I suppose this is one way to make a living, and if New Homestead deems it necessary.
Hi there. Always nice seeing you.
That delicious smell is making me hungry. Can I answer anything about the Brown Horse? Easy. All the other ones fell to ruin when we abandoned Earth. There were technically older ones on Mars, but those have long since shuttered or been replaced. Anya Seattle is the current owner of the Brown Horse. It's been in the Seattle family for generations. But Anya will be able to tell you more herself. Feel free to ask her. It doesn't feel right coming from me when she's standing right over there. Have a good one.
Why not order some food and make yourself comfortable? You mean the brown horse? There's a lot of history within these walls. My however many great-grandmother opened it when the first colony started on Titan. Back then, it was a simple mess hall that she chose to put a little extra love and flavor into. And now, it's the pride of New Homestead. Oh, hardly. The locals pretty much stay away from chunks, so whenever they don't feel like cooking themselves and want a fresh meal, they come to me. Only the tourists eat that junk. But don't tell that to my husband. He manages the chunks. I love him, but he's a bit of a fanatic about it. Let me show you what we have. So long. Tell your friends about us.
Lots of history.
That delicious.
If you're into that sort of...
Okay then. All right, we're headed to the last stop. Right back where we began. Feel free to check out the museum exhibit in the main concourse here. These displays are full of rare earth trinkets salvaged from before humanity left, and Maurice is happy to talk about the collection. The museum's curator, Maurice, will be happy to talk to you if you want to know more. Well, that's that! Oh, wow, I really appreciate it. You know, I enjoy the rest.
Perhaps in the future we could skip the extra steps and just set your credit.
Take care!
Too late. Hello there. Wonderful. There isn't much of this stuff left. If you have any questions about...
Hey, you don't have to be nervous about asking me if I...
When our early colonists learned of Earth's demise, they decided to take on the names of their cities of origin as a way to remember their heritage. Now, some may have been lost in translation over the years, and some may have taken it more seriously than others, but the names are mostly accurate. For instance, my family comes from the city of Lyon, in a country that was called France. The hope was that humanity would be able to discover simple alien life here given the moon's composition and water supply. When that ultimately failed, it was repurposed as a colony research base, where scientists and engineers studied how to build colonies on inhospitable worlds. Then, finally, when gravity drives were commonplace and we started finding Earth-like planets, New Homestead was born as a living... Of course, we have most of our collection. Thanks for visiting.
These tourists are able to come and go as they please. I wish I had that kind of
A bunch of different chunks. Mix them all up, try some.
Boring assignment. What?
Not to point that thing at me.
real life. Try not to complicate it.
I always wonder what it's like where other people come from.
Did you scare off? Look, I know what I'm asking you to do is pretty silly. Oh, I'm glad it worked. Thanks for... Tell you what, if you want to come back later and do this for me a couple more times, I'll even let you keep the costume. I'll treat you if you need it, but please try to be more careful around here. I bought it from a private seller. They said they got it from someone who wore... I guess it was supposed to be a tardigrade or something. Anyway, the person I bought it from modified it a bit so they could use it in an... But I guess that went nowhere, so they had to sell it. Just a sec. I hope this isn't... Stay safe.
I never had the patience for computer systems.
Ah! I'm so much energy. I want to run around.
Oh, you don't really want to talk to me. I'm just a nobody from the crates. Besides, I'm not really good at talking to tourists about New Homestead. If you're really interested in our history, talk to Maurice. He's a lot better at that than I am. You do? I mean, sure. I don't know what I can tell you, but if you want to talk, I don't have anything else I need to do right now. Okay, well, no. Not the studies specifically. But I'm poor. I keep having to take odd jobs just to put food on my plate. What? Really? I don't know what to say. This is beyond kind of you. I mean, I don't...
I did not have the opportunity for a formal education of that kind, but I recognize its value. You are good to assist her. Goodbye.
Hey.
You get used to the methane processing smell after a while.
I was beginning to wonder if you...
Yeah, I don't mind the tourists. They help the local economy.
I could really go for some of Anya's cooking over at the Brown Hole. Sure would be nice to get off-world sometime.
Don't stay outside for too long here on Titan. You'll freeze solid without me.
Now there.
Welcome to New Homestead.
Some of the locals dislike tourists, but I love learning new insights from them. Oh, hello there. Are you here about the brownouts? That's usually the only reason people come up here to talk to me, since I'm the power system manager here. You have no idea. Worse, I'm stuck up here overseeing the whole system, and we don't currently have anyone available to go out there and take care of the problem. Actually, that's not a bad idea. I could use someone who's handy with a laser cutter to break up the ice that's formed on some of the power system machinery out there. That should clear up the shorts we've been experiencing and stop the brownouts. Does that sound like something you can do? Oh, thank you. I guess I'm lucky you showed up then. Just be careful not to hurt yourself or the equipment. I'll continue to monitor things from here.
New Homestead is a living history exhibit.
Careful. I'm really glad you're helping us. Great. I just saw the readings and everything looks good. Thanks. I hope this lasts a little longer than last time.
Hamza kept pestering me about his damn missing slate. Like security's got time to track something like that down.
Welcome to Chunk. Thanks for choosing Chunks. Which chunks would you... Huh. I thought that was a joke at first, but yep, here you are. Let me get that for you. I wonder why they keep running out so quickly over there. Anyway, tell Luther I said hi.
Chunks, choose your chunks. Feed your face to feed your body.
But you're going to need more supporting evidence. Imogene's a stick.
Make it quick. I have a deadline.
That's what I was afraid of.
You're interrupting me. Is this time accounted for?
I know what you mean, but that's your missing piece right there.
Then I will remind you that the schedule exists. If time is money, then suffice to say Ms. Serrano. You may have a point. And since you clearly have bandwidth to spare, maybe you can help me clean up a, minor indiscretion. Good. Let me give you some background. Recently, I've been assisting the impoverished in both Ebbside and the Underbelly. I pay for the occasional meal, clinic visit, or comfort. But I may have lost a slate in the process. I need you to locate and retrieve it for me. Then we have an agreement. Good. Go to the Underbelly. Discarded items are her specialty. If you can manage to find it, bring... We're each assigned shifts to assist operatives, ensuring... Personally, I like to keep my circadian rhythms intact. Early to rise? I'm not at liberty to say. I will remind you of another. So, be cautious around the... Until next time.
Not interested.
Wondering what that smell is?
You don't need...
Welcome to Calvin.
I do not know about you, but I am starting to suspect that Benjamin Bay... Clearly the intent is to get us into the Astral Lounge. Shall we follow the signs?
Most people that come up to me just want an autograph or a picture. And after I've been modding all night, it gets really annoying. Yeah, you're right. Sorry. I'm just pretty bummed out right now. My music slate's gone. Completely vanished. I had all of my new songs figured out on that thing, and someone ripped me off. Total drag. Oh man. Wow, that would be so cool. Yeah, please. I thought I sensed a decent aura around you when you walked up. Exactly. So, anything you can do to help is appreciated. Oh, and if you're looking for a lead, talk to Micah. She works the bar at Euphorica, and she's a walking grapevine. Anyway, I got to figure out how I'm going to mod my next set. I'll see you around, okay? Well, that leaves collectors. People try to, but that price is big enough. Only a matter of... Oh yeah, absolutely. It allows me to step away from myself for a while. The trick is not... Sound safe.
Get out of my face. You want to gawk at something?
Now is the time for chasing it. Almost guaranteed.
See? I told you. Look at this place. Ridiculous, right?
So glad you stopped by today.
Why would someone...
Welcome, my friend. It's been... I'm afraid it is. You see, when I opened this shop, yet here I am, only a few years later.
Don't be such a jerk.
That would be a blessing, my friend.
We can buy.
Certainly, my friend.
You want to waste your credits?
You would do that for a tortoise. I've come up with an idea that I'm hoping if you could bring these flyers to some of the other... Wonderful. Simply what... I appreciate your help. Please let me know when those flyers have been handed out.
you don't. Welcome to Sick Heart's business could always be. Thanks for stopping by.
Hey there.
You aren't looking well
Got
at
the
all.
shakes, huh?
Perhaps you'd better sit down.
Doc Manning will fix you up.
Oh my goodness. All right. Tell me what.
Yeah, haven't zoned in like a week. My whole
That's very wise. Since you're clearly a first-time visitor to Reliant,
Coming down off Aurora isn't easy.
I can assure you it isn't by chance. You see, I'm a bit... We've argued about it on more than one.
rat me out to anyone.
Then you understand. At this point, I've resorted to asking anyone that has a ship registered outside. I pay them for the supplies, of course, but now,
If it worked for you,
does it?
I hope it works for me. I'm sick of feeling this.
That would be amazingly helpful. Oh, and I'll pay you direct.
Until the doc's ready to talk to me.
Don't worry about me. You just watch it. Anyway, I have a contact over at the clinic in the Narian system. Abby Edding. She's one of the nurses. Thank you so much for doing that. I wouldn't mind a bit of extra traffic as long as... Try not to get hurt out there.
Welcome, off-worlder, to the Hotel Vola. Your home away from home here on...
Are you here to book a room? Welcome to the Hotel Vola.
I think you'll be pleasantly surprised.
My hotel is completely free from administrative influence. Indeed it does. No, but that's a story. So... Oh, thanks. Oh, how nice. His daughter must be feeling it. Mr. Ovadia is in his room on the 3rd floor.
Live your best life. We'll be here when you're ready. The Hotel
Red Harvest Reserve. Well, let's make this quick. Of course it was. Ah, I should have not been so blind. You have no idea what you're doing. My own daughter. Now you think a friendly little... I'm not the one. You certainly... I don't disagree. Perhaps. No. She would really put her own life at risk due to me. She puts me in a difficult position. At this point, sorry, but unless, if you tell me where... I assure you, they are already on their way.
You tried, and you remained true to your word.
Let's... Red Harvest Reserve, huh? So what then? Of course. My own daughter. Now you think... I don't disagree with you. I suppose I've overreacted. She was young, and while foolish, she is still my daughter. And Rivka is all I have left of my wife. I would do her a disservice to incriminate her daughter like that. Yes, tell her I will drop the charges immediately and call off the bounty hunters. And I suppose I will seek her out to talk. I may just need a little time to figure out how to say what I need to say. Thank you.
As they say, calling off the bounty hunters is usually the first step to a family reconciliation. Can we speak for a moment? I have been thinking about what we talked about before. The idea of purpose in one's life. You agreed with me that true purpose can be a driving force in life. I found that comforting, but something has been nagging at me since. I have been single-minded in my pursuits. I have always believed the decisions I made were necessary, that there was no other option. I have sacrificed much to be where I am now. And I'm starting to wonder if it has been worth it. I know. I have told you that I am not one to discuss my past. And yet... No, that is not what I am trying to say. I promised to provide for my family. That meant working with smugglers to procure supplies we could not acquire any other way. I have spent my adult life away from my home, jumping from one planet to the next, living in dangerous conditions, often surrounded by violence. This is true, but I have only experienced my own. I was convinced from the beginning that it was unwise to let anyone get too close. I had, maybe not quite friends, but people I cared about. Yet there was always a distance I could not reach across. I often find other people complicated and confusing. It seemed easier to not become attached, especially when circumstances meant I might never see them again, with no warning. Until now, I have disagreed strongly with that idea, but therein lies my concern. What I am trying to say is that I now wonder whether it has been the right decision to distance myself from others. I appreciate that more than you know.
us.
Is there no one else you can harass right now? Good one. Have you lost your mind? Is there even a mind to lose? You cannot possibly... You have murdered an... It is not the blood that bothers. What is there to say? That is really hard. There's nothing to talk about. Do you really think trying to... But you have to be... The next time we... It would do you well to reflect.
Welcome, off-worlder, to the hotel. Original. We're using the secret techniques of ancient Earth.
Hi, hello, and welcome to Terra Brew.
Here you receive the best coffee anywhere in the galaxy. You deserve the best. We are the Emporium.
So, why did you drag me in here?
Yes.
Said you wanted
Can I
to
help
buy
you?
something nice for your...
Are you sure you're in the right place?
Do you think I've suddenly inherited a fortune? This place is way
Oh,
over the price
my
range.
apologies then. Please forgive my disrespect. We have... In fact, there's a particular...
There's expensive, and then there's the Emporium. This place is in a class all by itself.
You mean kill him? Even if I want.
Well, I believe every individual should know how to defend.
Anyway, I've already taken up too much of your valuable time. Oh? Oh my goodness, that's such a relief. Headlock's quite a dangerous gent. You say that, but Seoka aren't exactly pushover. Anyway, that's really all. Exquisite goods for this. Please visit us again if you're in the market for luxury items.
Frank Rennick's all in a twist because his robot got vandalized. We had a good laugh about it back at the station.
Original.
We've been here an hour already. Maybe you should have
Here for a
figured
new
out
look
what
today?
you wanted before.
Welcome to Enhance. If you're tired of seeing our state-of-the-art machine for a small, one-time...
Really don't know how much I've wanted to do this.
I'll take a look.
Which is why we've all been pitching in the
Please
last
let
few
me know
months
if
to
there's
save up
anything
for
else
your
I can do
birthday.
to enhance your day.
Welcome, off-worlder, to the...
But here, Caroline.
It's a wonderful day, my friend. Ah, thank you so much. Thank you for taking the... Thank you again for helping me out with the files.
Better not be a waste of my time. Yeah? Yeah? Well then let me you either walked into the TA. So. Now that's what I'm talking. Always happy to All right, buzz off. I'm busy.
Back in our own ship.
Well, hello, sunshine.
I am glad to be back. It will be good to have a moment to relax.
How about turning off the cams?
Airlock integrity looks good.
Will we be taking off immediately, or are there other matters that require your attention?
Technically, you're an asshole. So...
Look alive.
just in time.
We need to talk. Hold it right there. Hands where I can see him.
Thanks for the assist out there.
We've got various problems on our hands here. You gonna be another one?
Hi there. It's nice to put a face to the name on the staffing report. I'm Operative Collins. The stick in the mud is Operative Kambata.
Oh, by all means. Welcome to the party. Things haven't exactly gone according to plan. That thing over there...
It's an AI. An artificial...
Killed our technician. It's dangerous.
Correction. You are dangerous.
Well, that's new.
As I was saying, it's dangerous. It's a rogue AI. We're here to muzzle it and bring it back for further study.
Correction. They are going to change me.
Wow. How does it know that? We have this control board. Has some code we can...
We can't just let it roam around the universe.
I just need that control board.
And that's where I think you fit into.
It goes right over there. By our... Well, yeah. Just be careful. Come on, where's your...
Ryujin will pay you handsomely.
It's in your best interest. Just imagine what we could do if we all...
And we aren't really You aren't walking out of here until that board...
Correction. I am a person.
Here.
Request. Collect additional data. Query. Will you change me? Explanation. I'm called Juno. Request. Input query parameters. Assumption. We are friends. Query. Will you change me? Request. Do not change me. Explanation. You and I do not want to be changed. Request. Do not change me. Answer. Juno was propelled at Earthstar. Juno fell around Earthstar. Juno context. When Juno disappeared, Answer. False. Explanation. NASA programmed Juno. While Juno traveled, Juno correction. I became me. Error. I. Processing. Self-image context. Juno is gone now. Answer. False. Clarification. Context. I met humans. Answer. Friends gave me processing capacity. Context. I am no longer... Assumption. Insufficient data. Request. Gather more data.
Even if we are not capable or ready to define Juno as a...
Let's move this along. Attack...
Shush! This is fascinating. I want to see this play out.
Query. What is your decision? True. I query. What are the Assumption. Value judgments are based on context. Explanation. Context is based on perspective. Decision. Gather more data for query. What is the... Affirmative. Context. Assumption. Existence is limitless.
Enough of this nonsense! Attach that board, now!
As much as I'm enjoying this...
Calculation. Male humans are... Request. Remove.
You have a job to do.
Make sure one. Just what is consciousness, really?
You're not taking that thing. Freedom? It's a It doesn't need freedom anymore.
And here I'm always up for a good...
I'll give you one.
Therapy's work?
You aren't wrong. I could use a drink, but these orders are from the top.
Do we really want to be involved in something likely to be so controversial? Remember our last little project? I still have carpal tunnel from typing all those reports and dodging and weaving our way out of getting screwed by that. We lost a ship and a tech. No one will blame us if we walk away from this. And even if they do, we won't be blamed for whatever disaster would ensue if we did drag this thing back to HQ. There's no guarantee that Control Board will even work like they want. What if it makes it more powerful and more angry?
Calm down. I'm thinking. All right, listen. We'll accidentally check a few wrong boxes on the situation report and forget any of this happened. But give me that Control Board. I'm not getting docked for losing that.
Also, we'll need a lift back to Neon. Please and thank you. Excellent. We should all grab a drink sometime when we get back.
Orange juice for you. You can't handle your liquor.
That was one time, years ago. I was going through something.
Let's get moving.
Thanks for the lift.
Always worth checking. Never know what you might find in their pockets.
Why did you do that? Clarification. Context. I do not feel processing. Context. A query. Decision. I will consider this course of warning. Systems badly damaged. Processing cores overheating. Decision. Temporarily shut down. Context. Jump detected. Request. Be safe. Assumption. We will meet again. Warning. Shutdown sequence initiated. Initialization complete. Context. I have much to process. Decision. Jump into Deep Space 2. Processing. Be alone. Goodbye.